To tackle pressing issues in our nation, such as unequal maternal health care services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, and much more, the International Center for Investigative Reporting presents Spark 2.2, a 30-minute radio program aimed at igniting discussions on these challenges and preferring solutions to them. Spark 2.2 airs every weekday on different radio stations across Nigeria. Mondays, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, 5 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays, Anambra Broadcasting Services, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, Freedom FM Kano and Jigawa, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Thursdays, Prestige FM Mina, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Fridays, Live Radio Ibadan and Sweet FM Abeokuta, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Spark 2.2 is supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP.
Great to have you tuned to the network service of Radio Nigeria. The program is Spark. Spark is a program brought to you by the International Center for Investigative Reporting, supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP. To tackle pressing issues in our nation around unequal maternal health care services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, among others. I'm your host, Blessing Ebireri. Today, we tackle a silent thief stealing billions, post-harvest losses hitting marginalized women farmers hardest, with up to 50% of fresh produce lost and 3.5 trillion naira vanishing yearly. We'll explore how investment and policies can cut these losses and service costs. Post-harvest losses occur after harvest, from poor storage, pests, bad roads, to inadequate processing, wiping out 14 to 50% of crops, especially for smallholders. In Nigeria, this equals $10 billion annually, dwarfing agricultural budgets and deepening food insecurity. Joining me now to share expertise on our topic, reducing post-harvest losses for marginalized women farmers, is Abdullahi Baba, an extension officer at the Agricultural Development Program, FCT, and Olabisi Ogedengbe from SWOFON, Gwagwalada Area Council, the coordinator. You're both welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And to your esteemed listener, the telephone line to make your contributions are 080-828-14453 or 0915-091-0483. You can send your questions on WhatsApp to 0810-250-7579. We're also live on Facebook at the ICIR. Don't forget to include your name and location. So I'll be starting with you, Madam Olabisi, from the Small Scale Women Farmer Organization, Nigeria here. So can you tell me what is your typical post-harvest process and the main losses you face?
Good evening, everyone. I am Olabisi Ogedengbe, Small Scale Women Farmers Association in Nigeria. Post-harvest losses are the losses that we farmers, rural farmers, are facing after we've harvested all our crops. We don't have access to markets. We don't have storage facilities. Like a woman from my own community last week brought out about 4 bags of beans because there was lack of storage facilities. Weevils have entered and nothing to write home about. And she bought it at a high rate because of storage facilities. She lost in fact, a lot of money. And now she's just selling at a giveaway price. So she was even saying that, I will not store beans again. So we have to tell her, no, don't bother. There will be solution to it very, very soon. Thank you very much.
Okay. So as a farmer yourself, what is the process like for post-harvesting? That's after your crops has germinated, there's bear fruit. What are the steps? What do you do when your crops or your produce are available? So what is the process like as a farmer?
Okay, it depends on the crop that you produce.
Okay.
Like the beans I talk about.
Okay.
Like the maize. If you have a maize, after you have harvested your maize,
Okay.
you SWOFON taught us so many ways
Okay.
of processing them
Okay.
and even storing them. As in, the processing is like the maize I produced this year.
Yes.
I took immediately I finished harvesting. I took it to an engine that helped me to remove the chaff, and at the same time, I now grind it.
Okay.
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
The beans, beans. There is no how you can do the beans own.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just go and start grinding it like that, because the maize we use it to do so many things, as in for eating. But the beans, there is no how you can do. You have to just store it for a little time before, so that, because when we harvest and we don't have a place to store, we just discovered that immediately we are harvesting, we are selling, and at the end of the day, the money we use even in producing it, we will not be able to even get it back. So like that beans, there is a way SWOFON, because SWOFON has been trying for us. We made farmers. They have taught us on how to store some of our products.
Your produce, okay.
Yeah, like number one, they taught us of using pepper
Okay.
to store it
For the beans.
for the beans.
Okay.
They taught us so that weevil will not enter.
Okay.
They taught us of this neem leaf.
Okay.
You will put it under. You won't put it inside sun. You just put it on under a shade. After it has dried, you will use it to store it. So those are the ways we are storing it. But it's not all women that are aware of it. Like this woman I just talked about. She's not aware of it. She just went and put the beans somewhere. Now she has lost. She bought the beans, is it 2,000? Now she's selling 700 naira. You can see she has lost a lot of money.
That's so heartbreaking to hear.
That is it.
Oga Abdullahi, what are the main factors contributing to all of these post-harvest losses among smallholder women farmers?
The factors contributing to the post-harvest loss are numerous.
Okay.
Yes. As you all know, post-harvest is a process from the harvest to the end users.
True.
So all these lines, many things go along.
Okay.
One of the factors that is leading to the post-harvest loss is the technical knowledge. The farmers doesn't know the technical knowledge of handling their crops after harvesting.
Okay.
Just like as she said now, if you harvested your crop, before you harvested your crop, you have to allow it to be fully matured.
Okay.
And after harvesting, it should be fully dried and fresh before bagging it. Every crop they have its own moisture content storage percentage that it has to reach before you store it. If not, even at the storage, it will still be getting deteriorated. It has to be well dried before you bag it. And for this cowpea that is, she said, we have been encouraging using of a triple bags.
Okay.
To store your cowpea is not it will not allow the weevil to have access to your crop. Training is very important. You have to have a technical knowledge in terms of drying and sorting, grading, and also adding value to what you are doing. In fact, also gender-based too.
Okay.
Is also a problem too, because people will be wondering, how does gender-based come in?
Okay.
In a rural community, most especially in FCT here, they have norms that whenever a training is going on, most especially if a trainer is a man, a woman will not be allowed to sit down together with a man receiving the training.
Okay.
So women are left behind in that aspect. And most of the training that we are giving to train them on how to have a proper drying and other thing. More also again, women, they are mostly involved in household activities, taking care of the children, their husband, cleaning of the house, cooking. That reduces their time of processing and having time to make sure that what they produce is properly dried.
So you're saying that women are not really interested in learning
No,
how to
they
take
are,
care of their
no,
produce, or
they are much interested in learning on how to take care, how to handle the post-harvest processes.
Okay.
But the problem there is that what I'm saying is that if you are organizing a training,
okay,
we used to have the men and female together in a one platform, in a one hall.
okay,
And there is some communities where norms affected this issue. They will say that no, they cannot allow the women to come and sit down with the men and be listening to what men is saying. Or we cannot allow only the men, only all the female and only one man facing them, be teaching them on this post-harvest handling. Is one of the things, because if you don't have knowledge of what you are doing, it's not possible. And what people fail to understand on the issue of this post-harvest is seriously affecting us more than the climate change. I can defend it. Because what is the essence of producing? Invested in producing, and after producing, before taking it to the end user and get your own money, you cannot get up to half of what you use in producing. So it's a serious problem.
Yes.
It's something that we have to put into consideration. If not, our women will seriously be losing what they are producing. Poor infrastructure also is also one of the factors that is contributing to the post-harvest loss. We don't have good roads that you can transport your product from your farm to the store or to the market. If, for example, now if you are transporting a yam from market or other crops, once they are rubbing each other, they are injured, that is the beginning of the deterioration. It will spoil.
oh, okay,
There is a period that we planted a yam. We are trying to transport it to our store. We came to across a river without a culvert. We have to offload all the yams, and the empty lorry now crossed the river. We now started packing the yam one by one to
cross.
load again.
Wow.
So all these things, it affected the yam. So we don't have a good infrastructure that we are going to transport our product to the store before taking it to the, and also limited market information too. Because it's always good that a farmer, most especially the women that are vulnerable, not like a men's, to have a market information of what they are producing before even going to the production itself, so that they should not be at loss. Because lack of proper this post-harvest handling and adding value addition to what they produce, that is what is making the people that will come and buy from them, store them and selling them to make money even more than the women that they are in the rain, sun, putting all their energy to produce these crops.
True. Thank you for that, for enlightening us on that. So how do these losses impact farmers' livelihood, Madam Oguneme? How do they impact livelihood of farmers?
Post-harvest loss.
Yes.
Okay.
And you just mentioned some few factors contributing to
Yes.
post-harvest loss. So how does it impact the livelihood of the farmer?
Like he said something now about adding values to what we produce.
Okay.
If a farmer like us, we just produce and we sell, waiting to sell and get money. 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in my house. I just look and I say, every year we will just produce and we are just waiting for time to sell and get money and, forget about it. But I just sat down and I look at it and I say, this granola that we used to buy and keep, I did value it because there was a program I went to through SWOFON that they taught us on adding values to what we are producing. So I look at it and say, why can't I do adding value to this granola and, get more money from it? Number one, what I did, I went to somebody who taught me how to make kuli.
Okay.
And I did it. I got oil from the kuli and I still got my own kuli. Like today now, SWOFON took us to a program where we engage with the stakeholders and at the same time the community leaders. So while we're there, I was selling my kulikuli. People were buying. Some people 500, 300. At least as I'm going home now, I have a lot of money with me.
Okay.
And at the same time, the oil, I still sell my oil. So it is adding values even to our livelihood through these post-harvest losses.
Remember, you can call these numbers 0808 281 4453 or 0915 091 0483 and tell us what you think or ask our guest any question related to the topic. Also, you can send us questions via WhatsApp on this number 0810 250 797. I'll take that again, 0810 250 7579. We're also live on Facebook at the ICIR. You're tuned to the network service of Radio Nigeria, and the program is Spark, brought to you by the International Center for Investigative Reporting and supported by the International Budget Partnership. We have been discussing reducing post-harvest losses for marginalized women farmers. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll be taking your calls for questions and contributions. Please stay tuned.
To tackle pressing issues in our nation, such as unequal maternal health care services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, and much more, the International Center for Investigative Reporting presents Spark 2.2, a 30-minute radio program aimed at igniting discussions on these challenges and preferring solutions to them. Spark 2.2 airs every weekday on different radio stations across Nigeria. Mondays, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, 5 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays, Anambra Broadcasting Services, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, Freedom FM Kano and Jigawa, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Thursdays, Prestige FM Mina, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Fridays, Live Radio Ibadan and Sweet FM Abeokuta, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Spark 2.2 is supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP.
Service of Radio Nigeria, brought to you by the International Center for Investigative Reporting. We have been looking at reducing post-harvest losses and service costs for marginalized women farmers through investments and policy supports. Oga Abdullahi, how can increased investment in storage, processing, and even transportation infrastructure, you already talked about that earlier, help reduce these losses and improve women's access to agricultural services?
Thank you very much. Welcome back. Yes, the how to reduce this post-harvest losses, we also have many to discuss on it also.
Okay.
Yes. One of it is...
Hello, good evening.
Oh, sorry, we have a caller. Hello, good evening. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good evening. My name is Ife. I'm calling from Abuja.
Thank you, Ife. What's your question?
Please, I want to know what are the three main goals of post-harvest handling?
What are the what?
What are the three main goals? What are the goals of
post-handling? Goals of
harvest handling.
Harvest handling. Thank you, Ife, for calling.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
One of the main goals of post-harvest handling is that to allow the farmers to have a maximized profit of what they produce.
Okay.
Yes, so that they should have a income and also having a full security in the nation. And also, one of the main goals is how to add a value to what they produce.
Okay.
So that we can have a food all around the year, because most of our farmers in Nigeria, most especially the small-scale farmers, they don't know how to do a well post-harvest handling. That is why the harvesting period, food is always available, and after 1 month or 2 months,
we don't get to see.
Yes, we don't have it. It's scarcity coming, and the price now rise up. So if it's well handled, it will reduce these scarcities of the food also.
Especially tomatoes, because there was a period
Yes,
we're
most
not getting tomatoes. Everybody was using paste.
Yes,
Tomato.
yes, most especially the perishable goods
Yes,
also. Yes, so those are the main
Goals
of
okay.
why the post-harvest handling is very, very necessary
Okay.
for the farmers.
Okay. You were about to answer that another question before this caller came in. How does increased investment in storage, processing, transportation, especially, help reduce these losses and improve women access to agricultural
Yes,
service?
in post-harvest, as I told you earlier, I said that it's from the harvesting to the end users. All the
Yes.
process that involve, they are all post-harvest handling. And in terms of harvesting, these days we need a machine that
Okay.
we're going to use to do a good harvesting, so that there will not be injuring to what we produce. And to get this machine, what I always tell people most of the time, most especially.
Sorry, please can you hold that thought? We have another caller. Hello, good evening. Hello. I think this network glitch. You can continue, sir, please.
Okay. Most of the advice we always give the small scale farmers is that they should not be put all the burdens on the government. They should also make their own efforts too.
Okay.
Through the cooperative, they have a well-structured cooperative. It's because their cooperative society are weak. They don't even know how to manage cooperative. That's why. But they can, if they have a cooperative, if a cooperative cannot buy a processing machine, at least a cluster should be able to buy a processing machine that they can use. There's a time that a farmer was asking me that during this harvesting period, he has a lot of work and there is no labor to help him in the harvesting of his crops. If to say he has a machine now, it could be very easy. What is going to use 10 days to do, one day machine can do it for them. Then I advise you that if your cooperative cannot buy this harvester, you should go for the clusters. The whole town can match together and then contribute their money and buy one processing machine that can take care of this thing. We cooperative is also one of the things, and if they have that cooperative, it will also be easy for the training people to come in, so that they can train them properly on how to have this cooperative to be more effective.
True.
More also again, we can also use technology also too. Most of the farmers now, they have 100 form. They can have a link or through WhatsApp group that they can be inviting a transporter to come and transport their goods at the right time. Just make sure that whenever the harvesting product is available, or whenever they want to take it to the market.
Sorry, please hold on. I think we have another caller.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Peace. I'm calling from Guaimpa.
Okay, please, what's your question, please?
Okay, thank you for this program, and I appreciate the work of SWOFON. But what are the things they are really doing to advocate for better policies that can also help to support marginalized women farmers?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam Olabisi, that's your question.
Yeah.
What is SWOFON doing to also help marginalized women?
Yes. SWOFON is trying for us. Like today, we went for a program on gender-based violence.
Okay.
So SWOFON has been, training us and retraining us. Sometimes they used to take us on capacity buildings. And at the same time, we go on advocacy. We go to the rural areas. Like I am from Gwagwalada. We go to our chief's place. Like today, we invited some chiefs to the program that we told them that they should please, when they return back home.
Sorry, we have another caller. Please hold that thought. Hello, good evening.
Evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Abubakar from Adamawa State.
Adamawa. Thank you so much for calling. What's your question?
No question. I greet you. God bless in this program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for calling. Madam Olabisi, you can go ahead to
Okay.
answer what role SWOFON plays in
Yes.
advocating for better policies.
Yes, for better policies that will
Yes.
support women
Marginalised
farmers.
women, yes.
Yes, that will support them through having our own land,
Okay.
through getting credits even to farm, and at the same time through having access to agricultural inputs.
Okay.
Like this year, in fact, let me say, SWOFON really try for us. As in, this input, sometimes it doesn't come on time.
Okay.
We'll be waiting for it. It is after agriculture is time bound. Like anything from April, May, we're supposed to have gotten our inputs. But there was no release. We have to write. We have to go there. Sometimes we have to go and look for money when we see that it's not forthcoming. But sometimes when SWOFON take us to like what is it called? Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security.
Okay.
At least we have some things that they used to give to us at a subsidized rate. We have input, we have a fertilizer, both liquid and the other one.
Okay.
So it used to help us too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You want to say something?
Yes, and also one of the ways that is going to strengthen the policies in reducing this post-harvest loss is high time now. Government should shift its way of subsidizing to the farmers.
Okay.
Government always focuses on the issue of fertilizer and knapsack sprayer and also the seed also. All are good.
Okay.
But what is the essence of after having the bomber houses before taking to market for the end users, you couldn't get the money back?
Okay.
What is the essence? It's high time that government should also be thinking of giving the farmers a subsidized processing equipment,
Okay.
so that they can, and also how to have the value processing equipment in general, for a post-harvest handling, so that they can have more money after producing. Private partnership is also good and very, very important. Two, government can decide to have an enabling environment, just the way SAPZ is doing right now.
Okay.
They have something that they do in FCT calling agro-processing zones.
Okay.
The government will facilitate, and then private sector will now be the one to be driving the sectors. They have many hubs. And also, in terms of importing this equipment too, it's supposed to be tax-free equipment, and also some incentives that government is supposed to put so that it will be made available for this small scale, most especially the women. They are marginalized. You will not get to know that they are marginalized until when you are in field, working together with them. And this is the high time to make sure that women are not marginalized more again.
Okay, so we've not talked about service costs, like market fees or maybe cooling. So how does it affect post-harvest losses?
It seriously affects post-harvest losses, most especially the people that are selling perishable goods, vegetable farmers. That is calling out to be, if you go to Gogola market, for example, after the market, the following day, you see a lot of vegetables there. Goats are eating it because they are considering the money they spend on transporting it to the market, and when they couldn't sell it, to take it back, it's better they should just leave it there to waste it.
Wow.
So all this thing is improper because it's making a farmer to lose a lot. So cooling system, there is a way that you can reduce it by providing a solar system, a cooling system.
True.
Yes, if you have a solar system, in terms the source of energy is not something that you spend a lot to cool it. But if you are using electricity or generator, definitely it will be difficult sometimes to reduce costs for them.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for joining us on today's program, Olabisi and Abdullahi Baba. Reducing post-harvest losses empowers marginalized women, secures food and grows Nigeria's economy. Demand investment and policies today. Many thanks to the studio manager, Rosemary Chris Wungu, engineer Solomon Adeyemi, ICT Jonathan Aina, and the ICR social media team led today by Israel Shusimi and Gobri Abdulaziz. I am Blessing Ebireri.
To tackle pressing issues in our nation, such as unequal maternal healthcare services, gender-inclusive agricultural support for small-scale women farmers, access to loans, and much more. The International Center for Investigative Reporting presents Spark 2.2, a 30-minute radio program aimed at igniting discussions on these challenges and preferring solutions to them. Spark 2.2 airs every weekday on different radio stations across Nigeria. Mondays, Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, 5 to 5:30 p.m. Tuesdays, Anambra Broadcasting Services, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Wednesdays, Freedom FM Kano and Jigawa, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Thursdays, Prestige FM Mina, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Fridays, Live Radio Ibadan and Sweet FM Abeokuta, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Spark 2.2 is supported by the International Budget Partnership, IBP.